Good morning, my personal finance peeps. Hope you're having a great day. It's a wonderful Wednesday today. I couldn't sleep today, so it is right now about 4 in the morning. Um, just thinking about you guys too much, I guess. I can't sleep, so here I am. Um, just was reading in the news that the government passed a massive stimulus package. They don't have many details yet, but it will be interesting to see what that looks like and whether it helps or not. Um, so, yesterday's video was talking a lot about credit cards and about marketing. And the credit card companies have done a phenomenal job of marketing. They are the marketing champions. Um, they've done such a good job that people are begging to get their product. It's really quite amazing. They call it negative marketing. When you give something to someone and then you take it away and then they beg for it, which is why they created the credit score. Um, and so now people are all infatuated with a score that really is meaningless when it comes to wealth. But everyone's talking about their credit score like it really matters. If you understood how a credit score was calculated, you would see that it's really a pretty meaningless number, other than are you good at handling debt? Are you good at paying back loans? But people talk about their credit score like it means they're winning with money, and it doesn't. Um, I could get a quadruple pay raise. So my pay could go up over $250,000 a year. And you know how much my credit score would go up? Zero. Nada. Nothing. It there is no part of the calculation that looks at my income, at my wealth, at anything other than how I have interacted with debt. That's the only numbers that go into a credit score. So if you are a multimillionaire who doesn't have a credit card and has never borrowed any money, your credit score will be zero. And people will be like, your credit score is zero. It's okay, I'm rich. It really is amazing. Dave Ramsey uses the quote, "The rich rule over the poor, and the borrower is slave to the lender." Um, so it's it's a fact. Um, and it causes things like people buying houses that can't afford to buy a house. They buy a house with nothing down. And then the bank and the person call it creative financing. No, it's not creative, it's just stupid. Um, and the people that have been doing creative financing, when this recession, when this economic downturn hits, they're in big trouble because very quickly house values will drop. And all of a sudden, the house is worth less than you owe, and you can't make the house payment, and now you can't sell it because you owe more than it's worth, and it's just a big mess. There's going to be a lot of foreclosures, there's going to be a lot of evictions from apartments. It's just what happens when we have these downturns. Um, and the problem is, and we talked about this in class, uh, young people are trying to live like mom and dad, but they don't realize that it took mom and dad 30 years to get where they're at. Mom and dad have been working a long time, saving a long time, paying for things a long time. Um, you're not going to live like mom and dad right out of school. It's just, that's not the way it works. You need to build up. Um, I'm not sure when the statistic was from in the video, but he said 25% of families have a negative net worth. That means that they owe more than they own. That just blows my mind. I can't imagine being in a situation with a negative net worth. I would never sleep. And I am already not sleeping very much. So, holy buckets, to have a negative net worth, that would really be a stressful situation. He also gave the stat that there is $150 billion of profit in credit cards every year. 150 billion with a B, billion, folks. Oh, the credit card marketers are, I'm in awe, really. They are, they do their job well. And unfortunately, it causes problems in our personal lives. Statistics show that 52% of marriages fail. 52% end in divorce. 90% of the ones that fail, in the first 7 years, they say it failed because of money problems. 90%. 90% of marriages that fail in the first 7 years are because of money problems. It doesn't have to be like that, folks. We can do better. It's not income, it's about behavior. And I like to use that comparison of money behavior and food behavior, diet behavior. Gotta tell you, this whole safer at home stuff and being at home, this is not helping my waistline. The whole diet thing and exercise, I am not doing well. And I'm going to have to figure things out because Leon is getting larger. Mr. Forsyth is not being healthy right now. So, hopefully people are learning to be healthier with their money. And this whole economic situation is going to force people to be better with their money. The whole debt thing and the way people are living with their money is quote unquote normal. I lived normal. I tried that life. It was miserable, and I don't want any part of normal anymore. I want to live smart with money. I don't want to be normal anymore. In the video, he talked about having a segment on his show called But Dave because everyone's got their little exception to his rules about money. And in my time as a financial counselor, I have run into a lot of those things. Usually, it's surrounded about a car that they have to have the car that they have. And that's the point when I tell them I'm sorry I can't help you until you're willing to get rid of your butts. You're gonna suffer. You're gonna struggle. And that's always a hard thing for me to do because I want to help them, but I've done this long enough that I know when someone is not ready to be helped and their behavior is not going to change. And then he also talked a little bit in the video about folks your age and a little bit older, and the myths that are building around you. When people are telling you you have to build credit, um, and then people say, well, I can do whatever I want in college and pay for it later because I'll have this big income when I get out of college. Bad choice, folks. Let's try to get out of college debt free. Excuse me, sorry. Excuse me again. You don't need a new car. You don't need all of these things. If you want them bad enough, start a sinking fund, save up money, and pay cash. You don't have to build up your credit. All this other crap, it doesn't mean anything. Which is, and he refers to the borrower being slave to the lender. And he's got the big chain around his neck, and it's kind of the way it is. In today's video that you watch, he's going to start debunking some of the myths that are out there surrounding money and debt, especially credit. So hope you enjoy today's video, and make sure you are commenting in the discussion boards. You need to respond to the question, and you need to comment on one other person's response. I will be sharing with you the spreadsheet I'm using to keep track of your responses. I will put that up on PowerSchool so you can look at it. So if you're not getting all the points on the discussion boards, you will see where you are missing. So for each video, I have the video number, so like 1.1, and then an R, that's your response. And then I have 1.1C, which is your comment. So if you look at that and you see you don't have an X by one of those, it's because you either didn't respond or didn't comment. R is for respond, C is for comment. So hopefully that will help some of you realize why you're not getting all the points. So hey, have a great Wednesday, and remember, you are loved.